It's Christmas Eve. I'm doing some Christmas shopping, and on my way there, I'm doing this audio-only podcast for you. The question I have for you is whether or not you can learn how to make more money, and whether or not you can double your income, give yourself a $50,000 a year raise next year or this year starting today. I'm going to share with you guys this because I used to never be able to shop for Christmas gifts for my loved ones. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you guys have a shoestring budget at times. I don't have a shoestring budget anymore, but I used to. And now, mark my words, I used to be so broke and so incredibly up and poor over money that there's many times my family had to skip Christmas. And we had dinner, a nice, beautiful dinner on the table and love for each other, and that's Christmas, right? But we never had the ability to give gifts at Christmas, birthdays, holidays, because it was just like, do I pay the rent or do I go ahead and buy this gift? And, maybe you know how this feels. Maybe you know what it's like when you go into the store and you pick up something that you really like for yourself or someone else, and the first thing you do is flip it over and look at the price tag. And if you can't find a price tag, maybe you're like me, look at the last 3 of the UPC code, and then you try to find the part of the shelf that coincides, and you hope that you can afford it, and if you can't, you put it down and you're disappointed. That's no way to be. That's a terrible way to be. That crushes you a little bit inside, and it makes you want to just scream out loud that you just want to help people and you want to help those around you. And, you're not buying gifts for yourself or for somebody else because you want to buy them a shiny plastic, metal, electronic, whatever doohickey widget. You're buying it because you want to put thought into it and afford the things that they would like and make them feel good. So with that, we're going to ask again, can you learn how to make money? Can you learn it? Is it a skill? And I think the answer is absolutely it's a skill. One thing I've learned, especially in the last year and a half of my life, is that you can go from struggling and not understanding anything in your field to being a superstar salesperson almost overnight, almost in an instant. And I can't even tell you how amazing it is to have this feeling. Now, maybe you're not in sales. I said salesperson. And you're going, well, I am not in sales, so what does this have to do with me? Okay, I understand you're not in sales. That's fine. Maybe you work in an office, and the office pays you on productivity. And your productivity has to go up in order for you to hit certain sales bonuses. Or you want to get a raise and you need to have certain levels met. Or maybe you work in a field where, your data has to be the very best and you just can't figure out that one equation, that one calculation. Or, I'm telling you that you can overnight see your productivity, your worthiness to the organization you work for go up, but it just takes a few basic rules. See, with me, it was very simple. What I had to do is I had to realize that I am not the best in my field. I'm really not. And I'm never going, well, that's not true. I may one day be the very best in my field. I'm in sales, and in my field of sales, the very best superstars live in Hawaii and make about $750,000 a year working 5 days a week, 35, 40 hours a week. For me right now, in my current field, though, I needed to humble myself and realize that there were so many things that I was doing wrong, and I needed to learn and how to do them right. And that's really what it boils down to. See, when you're in any position anywhere and you want to make more money, you can learn how the people in your business are making more money. Anthony Robbins calls this modeling, and I call it, modeling for success. You're going to model a successful person, somebody who's in the top of your field, doing a job that's similar to your job, but completely crushing it and killing it, so to speak, in terms of the American colloquialisms, doing so much successful work that they're doing better than everybody else. You got to realize that these people may not want to share that success with you, but you still need to find out what these people are doing if they're doing a job that's at least 80% similar to you. And you have to figure out how they're doing it, why they're doing it differently than you, and then you have to do what they're doing. And you have to put your own twist on it and add some value to it. See, it's not as easy as just copying a person ABC, but it is just an issue of How do you shoot a basketball? Well, this is the mechanics of shooting a basketball. How do you shoot a hockey puck and hit a target? These are the mechanics. You're not going to reinvent the wheel in any position you're in, but you're going to be able to find people who are so excellent at making wheels that you can take the best parts of what they're doing and make them your own. So what I recommend you do to instantly give yourself a learning experience in how to make money in your field is to find the best person in your field. If you have a sales manager, if you have a boss, a supervisor, they want you to succeed, because when you look good, the supervisor, the boss, the manager looks good. Ask them, who is the person right now doing the very best job in this position that I'm in? And they'll tell you, because they want you to do well, because it makes them look great. And then find that person. Go about befriending them. Try to befriend them. Try to be nice to them. And if they will be nice to you back, you might be absolutely blown away by what they'll tell you. Now, some people will be completely open to you. They'll have no problem telling you, yes, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and let me take you underneath my wing and help you, because some people like to help others. I love teaching people. I'm not a very great manager of people, because I don't want to call and harass people on the phone at 8 in the morning if they're supposed to be coming in and I haven't heard from them and they're late. But I'm a great teacher and I love to help them. And by helping people get more out of their job, I get more out of my job. So I'll help you if you ask me any question. I'll show you how to do the job better than you're doing it. Maybe I'll get something from you and we'll both improve. But what if you meet up with somebody who's a prima donna, somebody who doesn't want to help you, somebody who's going to tell you to scram, buzz off, go jump in the lake? What do you do then? That's another good question. See, you're going to have people, sometimes people hold things like their trade secrets. There are no trade secrets, okay? I mean, with the exception of patents and lawsuits, most of the information is out there already. Just that some people have a better command of it than you do. What if a person doesn't want to share? Well, there's ways to find out. I mean, here's an example of what I do. If somebody is doing really great, I'll work near them, not on top of them, and I'll make sure I'm focused in on what they're doing. You can just look at a person and see what they're doing differently from you. You can see how their mannerisms work or how they're productive with their time. If you find that you take 3 30-minute breaks over the course of a day, because you're allowed to, but they only take 2, then that means that they're 30 minutes more productive than you. They'll take 2 breaks. I'm sorry, if you got to smoke that bad, maybe you should take some stop smoking courses or some hypnotism, or just train yourself to do 1 less cigarette break. If you need that much lunch and that much food, maybe you should learn about intermittent fasting and try not to eat while you're at work and become more productive in that case. Dress like that person. Emulate that person. If that person doesn't have your dress style, then use your own type of dress style. Dress spiffier. Dress, if your position requires you to look nicer, look nicer. If your position means that you should look a little less nicer and you should look more casual because it's kind of a casual job, then look casual. But copy the person. If they don't want to be copied, get close enough to observe what they're doing, and then ask the boss what they're doing. Again, see, the boss is going to tell you what they're doing because the boss wants to have 2 of them instead of 1 of them, and they're going to help you with that too. It's all about modeling. It's about taking a look at what others are doing, making it your own, and doing what they're doing with your own flair attached to it. Okay? Because anybody can go out there and think that they have all the answers. You can think that you have all the solutions. But if what you're doing isn't working for you, you need to change. Because like Jim Rohn, a master in personal development, said, the minute his life changed is when he realized that if he wanted things to change, he had to change. So make a change, find the top person in your field, learn what they're doing, and make more money. That's a learnability issue. That's a way to learn how to make more money. You're going to learn how to give yourself a pay raise. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So go learn. Learn how to give yourself a pay raise. Learn how to do better at your job. Learn how to make more money. And go and be awesome at whatever you're doing in life. So if you like this, I hope you subscribe to it. Hope you share it with somebody. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Happy holidays. Have a wonderful new year. We're going to be talking about success, happiness, and awesomeness. Bye-bye.